G'day folks, it's a cool and overcast winter's afternoon and I've made my way to Lake William Hovell to drown some worms and see if I can catch a trout or a redfin. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. One of the things that I love doing in the winter time is just going fishing at Lake William Hovell, sitting on the bank and bait fishing with worms. Now Lake William Hovell only 3 or 4 days ago was at 75% capacity. Last week's deluge of rain has filled the lake up within a few days and now it's overflowing. I was up here with my friend Melissa yesterday doing some photography. We photographed the spillway down there as the water flows over, and it was just wonderful. We come for a drive up here and I thought, geez, I wish I'd bought a fishing rod. So today I've come back the day after to do a bit of bait fishing. You can see quite a bit of debris just floating on the water over there, bits of branches and trees and stuff that have washed in the recent rains. Hopefully the influx of fresh water triggers a bit of a bite with worms. Hopefully lots of worms are washed in. Hopefully the fish are feeding on worms. Let's go and throw some worms in and see how we go. Right, now I'll put line number 1 in first. It's a paternoster rig. The sinker's a little bit heavy, but there's a bit of a breeze, so I think it'll just help to keep the slack out of the line. I've got to completely re-rig my other line, so I'll put this one in first. Right, rod number 2 is actually my crucius rod. My 6'6" crucius rod that I love. It's a 4-piece travel rod that I use on my motorbike. It's got a paternoster rig. I've got 2 of these tiny little ball sinkers. I'd rather just have one, but once again with the wind it just makes it a little bit tricky. What I'll do, I'll flick that out there, and I've got the Simon Humphrey rod holder here. The rod holder that was made for me by Simon and his son Riley. The beauty of this rod holder is that I can adjust it so that it's really low. That one over there is still really high. I might see if I can fix that in a minute, but I can keep this one down low and out of the wind a little bit. Right, I've just moved rod 2. I've put the rod holder in on an angle so that it's a bit lower. Now it's time to play the waiting game. Right, I've just finished getting organised and I've just sat down. It's currently 1:30, so I've got about 3.5 to 4 hours. I think sunset's somewhere between 5 and 5:30, so I've got about 3.5 to 4 hours. Surely in 4 hours of fishing I'm going to catch something. You'd like to think, wouldn't you? I've got my my favourite camera with my bird lens, my Panasonic G9, in case any birds fly past for a bit of wildlife photography. Other than that, I'm just going to sit here with my hands in my pockets and chill out. Just had a bite on this rod. My first bite. Look, the crucius has just had a nibble. Totally different sort of a bite. That one over there was a real sort of a long, slow pull, whereas this was more of a fast tap, tap, tap. Just had a really big bite on this rod. 45 minutes in and it's just starting to rain. I love it when it rains up here. I'm not scared by the rain at all. Although I will be putting my camera in my car. Right, it has just hit 2:30. I am 1 hour into my Lake William Hovell adventure, and the first hour has brought 2 nice bites on that rod and 1 little nibble on this rod, and that's it. Haven't landed any fish or had any hookups, but that's a start. Just getting a couple of nibbles tells me that I'm in the right spot. I just had a nice bite on this rod. It was a lot bigger than the little nibble that I had on there earlier. There's a nibble. There's another nibble. So I'm playing with that there then. Yeah, he's still there. Some just really small little nibbles. What I've got to remember is I've got a lot of line out. The line's gone quite slack now. So there's a quite a being monofilament. Got him. Oh, I missed him. I said got him before I even struck. It was quite a decent bite and I said got him, then struck. A little bit ahead of myself. As I was saying, there's quite a lot of stretch in monofilament line when you have that much line out, so a bigger bite can look smaller, if that makes sense. And I'll get it straight back in. There's not a second to lose. That was the closest I've come to catching a fish today. Check out the size of that big tree floating on the water out there. It's probably 30 foot long. I've just had a nibble on this rod over here. I'm just going to wander down nice and slowly. I don't like these sorts of rod holders. I made a video about these once. They're very, very good at looking after your rod, but I hate having to pull forward and then pull back to strike. And he's biting. Missed him. I reckon I would have had more chance of hooking that fish if it had been on a similar rod holder to that other one, where I can just pull back and strike. I've just done another nibble on this rod. There he goes, he's still there. He's got to be on there, doesn't he? Got to be. No, I missed him again. Give me a bite now, surely this time. Surely. I'm going to hold it, because I hate that rod hold. He's pulling. Got him. Oh, how did I miss that? I actually felt the weight. I even heard a little click from the drag when I first set the hook. I got one. I got a fish. Wouldn't believe it. I've just decided to randomly check the bait. I'm thinking, let's get all the bites over here. This one's not getting any bites, and it's got a nice trout too. Look. Just going to lift him up and hope he doesn't get off. He must have swallowed it. Oh, he got off. I knew I should have taken my time. Well, that rules that out. He certainly didn't swallow it. I was just thinking, getting heaps of bites on this rod, but nothing on here. I might just check and see if the worms are there. And I had a near trout experience. I'm going to call that caught. I mean, I could have taken my time, but patience isn't a strength of mine. But that was a lovely brown trout. Well, here comes the rain again. Hopefully it gets the fish to bite. Gonna hook onto a big trout and land it this time. It's just hit 3:30. That's 2 hours into my Lake William Hovell fishing adventure. The first hour brought 3 bites and a shower of rain. The second hour has brought a shower of rain and a heap of bites. Lots of bites, a couple of nice bites that I sure hooked up and didn't. One fish that I did manage to almost catch. I got it all the way to the bank and lost it, which I'm a bit disappointed about. I still haven't landed a fish, but I'm getting a lot more action than I expected that I would when I left home today. This has been great. Can I get a score on the board in the 3rd hour? Getting a nibble here. Come on. Come on, come back. Oh, it's still on the rod holder. So I started dancing and I realised I had me foot on the rod holder. There you go, he's still playing with it. Did I get him? Got him. Got him. I bloody got him. It's taken me, it's 10 to 4, so it's taken me nearly 2.5 hours. He's only a small fish. I reckon he's a small trout by the way he's sort of dancing around a bit. Or is it a redfin? It's a bloody redfin. Look at that, eh? I'll be buggered. He's not a very big redfin. He's hooked a bit deep, so I might be able to get him out. No, I've got it out. Beautiful. There you go, folks. It's not a fishless trip. I have almost caught a trout, and now I've caught a redfin. See you later, mate. Here we go. Got him. I think I've got him. Have I got him? I've got a very small fish. Have I got a trout or a little redfin? I think it's a trout. It's just swimming way over there. Whatever. Yeah, it's a trout. He's not very big. Actually, not a bad fish. He's similar to the one that I lost earlier, I think. Just going to keep my eye on that rod there as well. Now, did I learn from my mistake before? Can I just lift him up, or should I go and land him somewhere properly? How's he hooked? I think he's hooked a bit deep, so I might be able to just lift him up, I think. There we go, folks. I have caught a nice... He's not hooked deep, he's hooked in the mouth and it's wrapped around. I might get a photo of him. There we go, folks. A lovely Lake William Hovell brown trout. See you later, mate. There it goes. Swimming off into the depths, into the clear water. One lost trout, one landed redfin, and about an hour and a half to go. I'm having a blast. Got him. That wouldn't have, that hadn't been, I reckon this is a redfin. I reckon it's just fighting a bit more. Oh, no, I think it's a trout. It's hard to say. It's a reddy, I'm pretty sure. That hasn't been back in the water probably 2 minutes since I caught the last one. Since I caught that nice trout. How's my other rod going there? Lovely, magnificent. I literally just threw that back in then. Little winter redfin. See you later, mate. It's just starting to rain. That's all right. Beautiful, very refreshing. bang! It's 4:30. Did I scare you? I'm 3 hours into my afternoon fishing adventure at Lake William Hovell, and I'm having a blast. I've caught 2 trout and 2 redfin, and I've lost the trout, and I've had quite a lot of other bites. Has slowed down a little bit in the last half an hour, I've noticed. Right, this is the final leg. I'm not sure whether I'll get a full hour. I think it's going to get too dark to steer till 5:30, but I am going to fish until dark. Can I catch one more fish to top this awesome afternoon off? Would you believe that Holly and I watched 3 movies back to back last night? 3 movies back to back, full-length movies. Thankfully for me, I was the one facing the television. Must have been horrible boring for Holly facing the other way. Here we go. Getting a bite here. Still there. Did we get him? I got him. He's only very small. Is that another little redfin, I reckon? This is the smallest fish today, whatever it is. We got him water skiing in. Equal smallest to the last one. That's Lake William Hovell redfin, number 3. It's great to be getting a few redfin this time of the year. Redfin. Where'd that eagle go? Oh, he's way down there. I don't think he'll see me from there. Then again, he's probably got eagle eyes. Nah, redfin number 3. See you later, mate. Just had a little nibble on this rod again. Here he goes. Starting to pull it tight. Got him. Whoa, this is a better fish. I don't know what this is, but there's a much better fish. I'm hoping this is a redfin, because if it is, it's going to be a bloody good one. Please be a redfin. It's going to be, if it's a trout, it might be a good one too. This is when I get annoyed when I lose fish, when I don't see them. If I lose a fish now without seeing it, I'll be annoyed. There's a bit of size to this. That is, it's a bloody carp. It is a stinking carp. There are carp in Lake William Hovell. I'm not surprised to see it. I've just never actually caught one. I hooked one once on a soft plastic and lost it. This is the first I've ever hooked and landed, or presuming I'm going to land it. This is the first carp. I hooked one on a soft plastic up the top once. I swear to God, it was 3 foot long, and it towed my kayak into the reeds. I've seen them here. They've been here for a very long time. It's no secret that they're here, but you just don't see them caught very often. My friend Tim Gully got one here once, I think. That is a carp goldfish hybrid. Hang on, buddy. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Come on. That is a hybrid, a European carp goldfish hybrid. Have a look at that. I was so hoping it was going to be a big redfin. When I first saw it, I thought it was a Macquarie perch of all things. I'm not surprised to see carp in Lake William Hovell. I've seen them swimming around here before. I've just never actually landed one. I hooked one once and lost it. Now, I'm not actually 100% sure what species that is. It looks very much like a goldfish. I suspect that might be a European carp goldfish hybrid. I think they might call them an F1 hybrid, but I'm not sure. But if anyone wants to correct me, please feel free. I caught something similar to this at Merriwa Park in Wangaratta a while back. And I think somebody might have said it was an F1 hybrid. Either way, it was the last thing I was expecting to catch at Lake William Hovell today. The old Jan Juck worms are getting it done. It's amazing how much mileage you can get out of one punnet of worms. One that size anyway. They're huge. Huge punnet of huge worms. Right. Come on, come on, come on. Here it goes, here it goes. Got him, yes. Oh, this is a nice fish too. Please don't be another carp. It's got to be, doesn't it? If this is a redfin or a trout, it's big. It's sort of fighting like a trout. It's got to be another carp. Never caught one here before, now I'll catch 2 at once, you watch. I'd love it if it was a massive redfin. No, this has to be a carp. It just has to be. In the words of Bradley Walsh, it's got to be, doesn't it? It is too, look, same size. Like twin brother. Look at that. Oh, this is a little bit smaller. This one's a little bit smaller than the other one. I can't believe this. Up here at Lake William Hovell, when I've seen them, and I have seen them up here quite a lot of times, you see them in big groups. You often see them sort of schooled up even at the bottom of the wall in the corner down there. If you stand at the lookout and look down, quite often you'll see a heap of them near the wall. And I've also seen big schools of them up where Evans Creek runs in at the top of the lake, which is where I hooked one on a soft plastic once and it towed me into the weeds. I just wonder if one of those big schools is just passing through here at the moment. And some of the carp that I've seen in here are absolutely huge. Yeah, this is deja vu. Yeah, I wouldn't have just dragged the other one up the bank like that. That's a little bit smaller, but still very, very fat. Wow. I wouldn't mind betting there's a whole heap of them just out there at the moment. As it starts to rain again for about the 5th time this afternoon. Just beautiful. Alright mate, lights out for you buddy, unfortunately, and I'm really sorry, but it is what it is. Well folks, this has been awesome. I've had a wonderful afternoon. I've caught a few trout, a few redfin, and even a couple of carp that were humanely dispatched. You might even be able to see the second one just floating on the water here behind me now. But anyway, thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, why not give me a big fat thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video.